everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. As you would have seen in my previous video, I dyed my hair pink, so that's new. Today I'm gonna do my everyday makeup routine. It's nothing technical, it's literally basic. Like, my vibe is full coverage, neutral face, that's pretty much it. I'm doing this because I've had it requested by quite a few people. People want to see how I do my makeup, what products I use, so that's literally what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna zoom you in and we'll get started and I'll show you how I do my makeup. Okay, so we're zoomed in. I hope this is a good angle. I've not really done like a proper makeup video before. You would have seen a very long time ago I did do like a testing Primark makeup video, which is pretty much the only one I've done. But obviously this is actually the stuff that I use and that I think is good, so I'm gonna roll with it. It is very minimal. So I've already done all my skincare. By skincare I've put on my eye cream and I've put on my moisturizer, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I have brushed through my eyebrows, but I'm going to do that again. I'll show you why. First I'm going to take my primer. I use a Brighten and Youth Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. So I literally just pop it on the back of my hand. I take quite a generous amount as well because it's kind of like skincare and makeup. So it's got like a pearlescent sort of thing to it.
Nailed it!
Think MAC strobe cream, that's the vibes that it gives you. So I literally just smother it all in my face. Bit extra hydration and it evens out like redness and stuff. To be honest, I'm probably going to take even like a little bit more as well. I just put it everywhere. And as I push it through my eyebrows, I'm pushing my eyebrows up because I laminated my brows at home yesterday. And whenever your eyebrows get slightly wet after a lamination, that's the time where they're moldable, so I want to try and make use of that now, give them the fluffiness they need. And I'm also just going to go in with a spoolie that's on the end of my eyebrow brush and just brush them up. That is pretty much how I prime on a daily basis. Those are my eyebrows now, they've had a bit of a brush. Before I get started with the rest of it, then I put on my lip balm, which is obviously my favourite. It's the Glossier mintbalm.com. This is literally my favourite, I won't use anything else. And I recently stocked up the other day because I was literally running out. With being in quarantine, I'm not wearing as much makeup, so I literally just want to reach for my lip balm all the time. I bought 3, so I should be stocked up for long enough now. So obviously I've already used the Charlotte Tilbury primer, but it's just really like a glowy one. If I want to fill in my pores a little bit or smooth out anything, I'll grab my Yves Saint Laurent primer. This is the Touche Eclat Blur primer. As you can see, like, there's not an awful lot left. This is definitely well loved and it's not my first bottle either. I used to actually work as a makeup artist for Yves Saint Laurent and I went through many of these. It is like one of my favourite products that they do. It has that very like silicone-y feel, so I just put a little bit on and I mainly just concentrate it in my T-zone. So on my cheeks, anywhere where my pores are, fine lines, so I have one in between my eyebrows, which I don't particularly like, and my smile lines as well. And I like a really smooth base because I like my foundation to literally glide over the top. Again, another warning, I don't use many brushes. I don't use all that many products either, to be honest. I haven't bothered cleaning my brushes for you today. Don't expect that kind of treatment. I'm really not a professional here. The brush I use to apply pretty much the majority of my product, I use the Smashbox. God, it doesn't have a name. If it did have a name, then it's worn off. I use this so much. I also have a backup one, which I use for my fake tan, like applying fake tan to my face and my hands. I cannot recommend this brush enough. I have no idea what it's called, but I will try and find it and I'll link it below. I'll also link all the products that I mentioned today below as well. I use this for my foundation, and the foundation that I use is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I actually recently bought this. I bought it around Christmas time, and honestly this foundation has changed my life. It is amazing. I am in love with this foundation. I'm obsessed with it. It stays on all day. It gives me such a nice coverage. It doesn't feel heavy or anything. So I pump straight onto my brush. I'll go with one to begin with, and I'll usually add another if I need it. And I don't have any particular technique. I think the foundation is literally my favourite step of makeup routine because I love seeing like the whole skin even out. Like, look at that. That was one pump of the foundation. And like if I was like going out, then I might do a little bit more, but I will just do a little bit more in some areas where like I've got breakouts like here or a bit of redness peeking through. That is one pump of foundation and a tiny little bit on some more like bits of redness around my nose and just here where I've got a little breakout at the moment, so you can really see the difference. I will let you know my shade. So I'm 7.5 neutral. For any of my girls out there who like a fake tan moment, this is like a good shade. It's just like that perfect sort of yellowy neutral tone. Next I will do my concealer. For concealer I use the Revolution Conceal and Define. I've used this for over a year now. Not this, obviously not this same component here, but the concealer itself, and this is the supersize one. So I apply straight from the wand under my eyes and do sort of a bit of a triangle moment, kind of. Nothing precise. I've gone through that phase, you know, like anyone who's been watching me since I started my channel, you'll notice that like this furniture in the background changed. It's because beforehand I had a vanity, I had like a desk with 8 drawers in, and I would sit there and do my makeup. I decided that was a great way to use my space, not thinking that maybe one day I wouldn't be into makeup as much as I was. So I used to literally hoard makeup. I was one of those girls who had like a big collection of makeup, and I was all about makeup. And as time progressed, like I went from makeup to fashion real quick. I was always into fashion, but now it's definitely like my go-to. I don't really wear eyeshadow on a day. I don't wear eyeshadow on a daily basis at all. I wear it if I go out, and I will always do the same. It's always a dark smoky eye. But yeah, back in the day I used to have different colours, and like I guess it's because when I worked as a makeup artist that I would just be so involved and around makeup all the time was all I wanted. But I realised that coming away from that, like I just prefer something a bit more simplistic. I am choosing to leave this on my face. I like it to get a bit tackier, and I use the shade C6.5. I like it because it's a nice neutral tone again, and just light enough that it brightens everything, but not like stark white under my eyes, you know. So yeah, I decided that, and as the time went on, I had no space to put any of the clothes, because now I'm the complete opposite. Like I've got barely any makeup. All my makeup sits in this bag, I'll show you. All my makeup fits in this, which is one of the £5 makeup bags from Primark, which I absolutely love. And it fits a lot in, to be fair, and there's still extras in there even though I've got my basic makeup out. Like I still do keep some stuff, but I literally have completely pulled all my makeup like back to basics. And now all my storage is for clothes, because my clothes were literally just coming out of every cupboard in the house pretty much. So now I have 2 tall sets of drawers with all my clothes in. I realised that you didn't ask for this story, but I haven't got any of you here to tell me that I'm being boring, so I'm going to waffle on. Again, I just use the same brush. I love this brush. It doesn't cause me any problems. I'm not into beauty blenders anymore. I was for a bit, but I've always preferred brushes over beauty blenders. So that's it. That's after concealer. I don't set it straight away. I will go in with my cream bronzer first. So I use the Chanel, what is this even called? The Bronzing Makeup Base, it says. But everyone knows the Chanel bronzer. It's a great product. I do concentrate the bronzer obviously on under my cheekbones and then warm it up. So I'll just grab a bit on my brush. It's very hard to muck up with this product because it's just so natural and buildable. I will contour the nose slightly with it, a bit on the forehead. It's more just so I don't look like I'm all one colour. And the last cream product I'm going to use is a cream highlighter. It is the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Goldgasm. So it's like just a gold colour. I just like to have a nice cream highlighter to build on top of, so I look more glowy rather than shiny. And I will just put it on Cupid's bow and cheeks and a little bit onto my temples as well. But I find that when I put this on my nose, on the tip of my nose, it breaks up my foundation, but it doesn't anywhere else, so I've stopped doing that. literally just pat it in like this, and you can see like how much of a difference that's made already. It's nothing like, it's not that much lighter than my actual foundation, but it just gives it that dewiness where you need it. And then I'm just going to go back under my eyes to blend out any concealer that's settled before I move on to powder products. Moving on to powder products, I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's something I've always used, so I just take this brush. It's an old Spectrum brush that I've had for literally ages, but it's reliable and I like it. Pat it all over my eye, under my eye, and I kind of concentrate it a bit here because I don't want any creases and I want it to stay light under my eye, but I don't bake, that's not for me. And then I'll just take a little bit all over, maybe a bit extra, but I also do take my Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in shade number 2, because I really like how this melts onto my skin, so anywhere that I need some extra, just pop this here and it gives me a really nice finish. Okay, so my face is set with powder now. This is pretty much what we're looking like. I obviously avoid the areas that I've put the highlighter on already because I don't want to just completely mattify that after I've just spent time trying to make it glowy. Don't laugh at me. This is the most crusted, busted, dusted highlighter you will ever see. It is literally on its last legs. I shouldn't even have it at this point. We all know that Becca Champagne Pop is famous for breaking because of the soft formula. This is what I'm dealing with currently. I literally have the last tiny bits, but you best believe I'm going to use them because we're in a pandemic. So I go over the bits that I've already done some highlight on, just very gently. I'm not really into like a big BAM! It looks very blinding on camera, but I'm just going to say I'm not into like a super blinding highlight anymore. You can't really avoid it with Becca Champagne Pop though, can you? But I just like the glowy look. So I literally put this, I should explain, tip of my nose, top of the cheekbones, Cupid's bow, bit on the chin, and then I will take some around the arch of my eyebrow as well. Blush, I take the MAC, what is this, Melba. Again, it served me very well. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's a reliable peach. Again with a Spectrum brush. I told you I don't use many brushes. Oh, the brush I used for my highlighter was a Morphe, I don't remember. It's like one of Jaclyn Hill's favourites or something. I just take my peach blush, pop it on the apples of my cheeks, blend up. And that does sort of bring some of that blinding shine down as well, so it hits the more glowy mark. And I will take a bit, I've just been doing this recently, just across my nose, give me a bit of colour in the face. Brows. Currently I don't have my favourite brow pencil. My favourite brow pencil is normally the NYX, I don't know what it's called, like, you know, like the Brow Wiz by Anastasia, like the really thin one, like the propelling sort of pencil, the really thin one. I think it's called like the Micro Brow Pencil, something like that, and I use shade Espresso. However, I've lost it, and the only backup I've got is the skinny brow pencil that I bought from my Primark video, my Tetin Primark makeup. It's nowhere near as good. This is way more waxy than like pencil-y, and I like the pencil feel so that I can be more precise and my eyebrows don't get too big too quickly. But this is what we're using for the moment. I have ordered, because I placed a skincare order on Beauty Bay the other day, and I've ordered the Revolution Pro version of like this type of pencil, so that'll be coming soon so I can try that. But for the moment I've got this and we'll make do with it. The main thing that I use is actually, right, don't be fooled, I know that this is a Glossier pot, but let me explain. I ordered Boy Brow a very long time ago, and once it was finished I really liked this tube, like this tube and this tiny little brush. I really liked the setup of this, so I cleaned out the tube and now I use this inside it. It's a squeezy tube of NYX brow gel, again in espresso. I know that's a bit of a backwards way of doing it, like why don't I don't know if NYX do brow gels, but I like the consistency of this. And yeah, I'm just a creature of habit. I like using what I like using, what can I say? So first thing I'll do is give my brows a brush with the spoolie, like a dry spoolie on the end of my pencil. I'm gonna have to bring my mirror forward for this because I like to do my eyebrows up close. So sorry if you see me looking, or if you see the corner of my mirror. The first thing I do is fluff them. So I use just the brow gel on its own, and I wiggle up and down so that the colour deposits on my brows. because I find that I could probably just go with brow gel alone, but I like them to be a bit more even, and one of my brows is definitely more full than the other. And I just try to brush up as well so that they keep the fluffiness. So they do look a bit messy once I've done this, like, as you can see, but you can see the difference already. Now I'm going to take my pencil, and I only do like upward stroke. I start from the base, follow the hairs, and just do little strokes until I'm happy with it. So now I've got kind of what I want. I'm going to grab the same concealer that I used earlier with the, I think this is like the Y7 brush from Morphe, but it's just like an angled brush. And I'll just take a bit of this onto the back of my hand and carve them out a little bit. I say carve them out, I don't really carve them. It's more just like highlighting underneath them, cleaning everything up a bit. I think I'm happy with them now. I'm not really as fussy with them as I used to be. They're sisters, not twins, so. Once I've finished with the pencil and cleaned them up, I will just go back in with the brow gel sparingly, just to fluff them back up again. And voila, my brows. You will need 3 products for your eyes: a pencil, a good mascara, and a pair of eyelash curlers. So first off, I use my pencil. This is the MAC Teddy pencil, and I tightline still. I don't know if anyone still does that. I tightline my eyes, so I just blink as I apply it all the way to the edge, just to make my lash line look a bit thicker. And that's pretty much the result from tightlining. Nothing too special. And then eyelash curlers. This is a very important step. I didn't think it was until probably started doing this maybe 2 months ago, and I won't go back now. Like, eyelash curling is so underrated nowadays. Mascara, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Full Fat Lashes. This is gonna run out soon, but Jessie's mum bought me a Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara for Christmas, and I have kept it in its packaging because I'm really excited to use it. So once this is run out, I'll be able to use that. I love both mascaras. I've used the Too Faced Better Than Sex one before. Oh, damn it, I've got some on my eyelid. I've used the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara before, and I really like it. This was my first ever tube of Charlotte Tilbury Full Fat Lashes, and I would 100% buy it again. I really like the formula and what it does. That's pretty much the whole face. What I'm going to do now is my lips. First things first, I'm the realist. But no, this is my lip liner that I use on a daily basis. It's Barry M Toast. It's the best drugstore lip liner that I can find, which is that really nice like brownie nude. So that's my lip liner done. You might think I'm crazy for this, but I might show you after actually. Let me do the rest of my lips and I'll show you a trick that I saw on TikTok the other day, which I've been doing since. So, lipstick. Typically, I will use MAC Honey Love on a day-to-day basis. I don't like my lip liner to stand out as like a harsh line, so I will kind of go over it slightly. And that is lips done. If I want to lighten it, I will always use the NYX Soft My Lip Cream in Cairo. It is literally like one of my favourites. I also buy the one in London, shade London as well. So I tend to pop a bit of that in the centre. It doesn't do an awful lot, but it's just enough to lighten the nude to where you want it to be, you know. My favourite lipstick if I am going out somewhere and not just sitting at home is the, I don't have it with me, it's in my handbag and I can't bother to get it out. It is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in KKW. It's such a gorgeous nude and it's like glossy as well. It's pretty much the finished product. Let me just show you the hack that I saw on TikTok. So you get this lip pencil, and at the corner of your mouth you want to do like a tiny little line following the line, like you know here, this line in the middle when your lips are together. You kind of want it to follow that, so you go like this can't explain it, but it just gives a nice shape to the lips, so I've been doing that recently. This is a finished product. Let me give you some sort of up close shot. That is it. Let me bring you back out so we can summarize and sign off this vid, okay? Okay guys, so that's the finished product. This is my everyday makeup routine. As I said, nothing particularly special, but that is how I do everything. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll link everything below for you so that you can go and have a look at the products, have a look at the prices, see what you're interested in. You just assume that everyone does makeup the same as you, don't you? And then you watch like makeup routines and you're like, I would never have done that. So if you had one of those moments, let me know down below. Let me know what you do completely different to me. I hope you enjoyed the vid. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you go follow me on Instagram as well. Okay, that's it from me guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.